What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Art Adventures. Hey, it is the holiday season and I am ready to do something fun. Let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and do a gingerbread house. And so I'm gonna draw in pencil because this one's gonna be a little bit more difficult than the standard easier ones that we do as far as the tutorials go. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave myself about 2 inches on each side. I'm gonna go about 2 inches above the bottom part of the paper. And then I'm gonna go in about 1 inch. I'm gonna draw a little line here, go in about 1 inch, draw a little line here. And I'm gonna go up about 3 to 4 inches, depending on how much space you have, okay? And you could play it by ear, see how much space you want. But I'm gonna go ahead and make a little box, a little rectangle, okay? And then I'm gonna go in about 1 inch, put a little space, go in about 1 inch, put a little notch right there. And then you're gonna make about a 2 inch to 1.5 inch line straight up. You're gonna make another rectangle here, okay? Find the middle, put a little notch, right? Go up about 1/2 inch to about 1 inch at the most. And then you're going to make a rooftop. Once you make your rooftop, you're gonna do the exact same thing, but here. You're gonna go at about 1/2 inch up, boom, go there, about 1/2 inch up, boom, go there. Always leave a little bit of overhang. That's just gonna be our little foundation right there. All right, so now we have the basic shape of the house. We're gonna go ahead and add some detail in a second, but before we do that, we gotta go ahead and thicken up our borders, right? And these are going to be our candy canes for our wall structure. So I'm going to every single border that we have on our house and drawing ourselves a thicker border so that we can turn it into a candy cane by doing some things like that. All right, find the middle of your house, okay? Here, go up, leave yourself probably 1/2 inch to 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, whatever it might be, space between this line and the top here, and that is going to be your door, right? That's the height of your door. I'm gonna go ahead and go to this line, go all the way down here, boom, put a little notch from this line, all the way down here, put a little notch, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a curve, okay? So this is gonna get difficult if you are not the best at curves. You can just do a rectangle or square. I like the look of the actual curve itself. And so that is what I'm gonna do, but you can always change up your door. It's just a little minor detail that you don't have to worry about if it's not the exact same, okay? You're gonna go ahead and split that door in half, okay? You're going to go inside of your door. You can go outside as well if you want to. I know I don't have a ton of space here, so I'm gonna go inside, right? So I'm gonna go inside my door. I'm gonna follow that line to the best of my ability. And again, I'm doing this in pencil so I can erase. That's why I'm kind of sketching. I'm gonna go with the permanent marker over this. After I finish drawing it, erase my lines so it's nice and crisp. And boom, there you have a door frame that is also gonna be made out of candy canes. If you wanna make it out of something else like little Skittles or something, whatever it might be, that's completely fine. It's up to you. It's your gingerbread house, not mine. Okay, 2 little door handles, right? Now, here on the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and do myself a little gumdrop. I love gumdrops. Gumdrops are underrated in my opinion. I don't like how they get stuck to my teeth, but flavor-wise, they are awesome. I love them. And we're gonna do 4 of those gumdrops. It's gonna extend to the outside of the house. If it doesn't, it's okay, just add more. It doesn't have to be perfectly 4. Okay, we're gonna do another one here, another one here. So this side looks like it's gonna be a little different, but I'm still gonna do 4, trying to make it uniform. Okay, so now I have 4 on this side, 4 on that side, and we're gonna continue. All right, so right up here on this line, I'm leaving some of these lines so that I can have a reference of what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some circles. When I draw my circles, I don't just draw a circle. I sketch out a ton of little circles, and eventually my hand will correct itself and you'll start getting a little bit of a darker ring. And that's pretty much gonna give you a very accurate circle. Is it gonna be perfect? Absolutely not. Again, we're gonna go over this with the permanent marker anyways, so that's that. In the center here, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a lowercase t, but a big lowercase t, right? And that's gonna be our cross. This is gonna be a church house, a church gingerbread house, all right? I'm gonna draw a little notch there, a little notch there on every single point from this cross, right? I'm going to draw a line all the way down to the other side, all the way down to the other side, then across on each one of these, boom, and now I'll go ahead and erase this. And you are left with a block letter T or a cross. If you guys want to learn how to do graffiti, I have a video based off of block letters and bubble letters that I use that same exact method for. You just kind of write your letter out and then you build around it to the best of your ability and go from there. So anyways, that is going to be my cross. Let's go ahead and do the actual rooftops, because they're not just going to be these flat little pieces. There's going to be some icing, some thick icing, so that we can decorate it and make it look nice and like candy-esque. Okay, you're going to go and do a bottom line of your candy cane here. Okay, and then on the bottom of your candy cane is where you're going to start doing like some melted icing, right? And then kind of a wavy line on the rooftop. Okay, here some melted icing and then more of a wavy top right there. There's your roof for that portion. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing here, but this one I'm going to do all the way across and then all the way down in one piece. It could be as wavy as you want it to be. It could be pretty stiff if you want it. It can be icicles if you want to turn it into icicles somehow, okay? Kind of a wavy line on the top, since it's not going to be perfect since it's icing. Boom, there you go. Now we can go ahead and erase these foundational lines that we've gotten. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add some more detail, some more candies. And I like to be as even as possible. Since it is a gingerbread house, I want it to be very symmetrical. If it was asymmetrical, where it's not symmetrical, then I would like put a door on one side, a window on another, so on and so forth. But this is gonna be a very symmetrical gingerbread house. So everything's gonna be mimicked from one side to the other, and we don't have to make a ton of decisions like that to see what we're gonna do as far as the left to the right. Okay, all right, so now we got all of our candies in place. I'm gonna go ahead and do the outside candies, which is just gonna be 2 candy canes, one on one side, one on the other. Just kind of draw this hook R type shape, okay? Make a round bottom, and then follow that line to the best of your ability. Try to keep it as even as possible. Same thing, we're gonna go here. Boom, that could be the inside since I did that hook a little bit low. And we're gonna follow that line across. See how I'm sketching everything out, trying to make sure I can correct whatever I need to correct based off of drawing. That's why I'm also drawing light, so I'm not drawing dark like I did on the icing. The icing I knew was gonna be irregular. It wasn't gonna matter if it's perfect, so I could draw it however dark I want because it's gonna stay, okay? Alrighty, last few details. Basically what we're gonna do is I like to do this little shape in the background. It kills the whole, like I don't have to do an entire background, so it kills the workload by a long shot. So what I like to do is draw myself a little quadrilateral, right? boom, and it's gonna come up here. And then I'm gonna go down a certain point, boom, and then I am going to do it here. Now, I also don't draw a perfect rectangle, and the reason being is I want it to look appealing to the eye. So thinner on this side, thicker on this side, thinner on the bottom, wider on the top, and it kind of draws the eye in a little bit more. So now you have that. You can leave it like this. Go ahead and outline it, make it look nice, make it look pretty. I want to still give at least a little bit of a background because we don't do that very often. And I'm in the holiday spirit, so I want to kind of draw some more things since we haven't really been spending as much time together as possible. I just want to give you guys a little extra bonus. Okay, so that's going to be a snowy hill. All right, and then we are going to draw ourselves a big old triangle right here. That's gonna be a little tree. If you want to decorate it as a Christmas tree, go right ahead. I'll show you a drawing that I did for the kids at my school in a little bit. Once I finish this, and right before I color, I'll show you guys how I colored that one because it looks great so far. I'm still not done with it, but it looks great. So there's a Christmas tree, very easy, very basic. I'm gonna draw myself a star. If you can't draw your stars the way I do, I draw 2 bottom lines. Then I draw 2 top lines. I draw a little stick to the right, a little stick to the left, put a dot, go to that dot, go to that dot, boom, boom, and there you have a star. Very easy if you have the skills to do it. If not, just draw your star the way that we're taught when we're really little, and then erase the lines once you outline it. Okay, so there's that. If you want to decorate this as a Christmas tree, go ahead. On this side, we're gonna do like a half circle. We're gonna go ahead and build ourselves a snowman on this side. Boom, and we're not gonna make all the details. So we're not gonna do the whole face or anything. All we're gonna do is little dots there. Boom, gotta give him a top hat. And there you go. That's all we're gonna do as far as our actual snowman, but it kind of still looks a little incomplete. One thing here, it's not gonna look the best. So what I wanna do is draw myself a tree back here in the background. It can go behind your snowman, and it looks like now you're inside of some sort of environment. There's an actual space that they're in, okay? The little squiggly lines, there you go. And I'll draw another one up here. And that one's gonna be just like this. Goes behind the house, so you won't see the majority of it. There you go. There you have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it the very final touches and give yourselves a little bit more of that Jesus theme, since Jesus is the reason for the season, as people like to say. Kind of corny, but it is 100% true. So I like to do a little circle, a little triangle on top, a big triangle on the bottom, little triangle on the left, little triangle on the right, and a tiny little triangle between each one of these triangles. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this in the permanent marker in a second. I'll see you in a second. All right, guys, well, there you go. There you have your outlined gingerbread house, Christmas tree over here. You got your snowman, and then the star that kind of showed everybody the way to Jesus' birth. So anyways, we have our little church scene gingerbread house. I want to go ahead and show you guys. It's still unfinished with this, but it's something that will give you guys a glimpse of how we're going to color this. So obviously this is a different drawing. I did not minimize the background. I did a full-blown background. I used a different Sharpie thinner, and actually I did this on the computer on my tablet that I have, my XP Pen tablet, and I printed them out for the kids to draw color. And we went from there. Made a connect the dot drawing as well out of that same artwork, and the kids loved it. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this one colored, and I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this. I'll see you guys in a second. Peace. Alrighty, there you go. There's the final product. Again, the background can be the full thing. I really like doing things where it comes out of this little rectangular shape. Sometimes I just do a gray rectangular shape, fill that in as a solid background, and sometimes I actually want to go ahead and fill in the entire detail of the background. So I go ahead and actually draw some stuff in the background. This one looks amazing. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Again, it's been a long time since I've done an actual tutorial. So I love it, man. I love getting back into stuff like this. I'm gonna see if I can get another one to you guys. Maybe I'll go ahead and do a little easier one, not with the full background, but an easier gingerbread house just like this, and get that to you guys as soon as I can. Love you guys. I miss you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.